All right, let's get into something that, honestly, most of us deal with every single day, but we never really see it. I'm talking about the hidden game, the mechanics of power and control.
So, you probably think that being nice is how you win, right? I mean, we're all taught that. Just be agreeable, be friendly. That's the key to getting people to like and value you.
And you probably think that just being an open book, being totally honest, is what gets you respect. But what if I told you that's not just wrong, but it's actually holding you back?
Because here's the tough pill to swallow. Every single day, in ways that are so subtle you don't even clock them, you are being controlled.
See, there's this invisible game of power being played all around us, all the time. It's not loud, it's not flashy, it's quiet. And the thing is, you're already playing, whether you know it or not.
In every single conversation, every meeting, every interaction, people are sizing you up. They're not listening to your words nearly as much as they're watching you. They're checking out your confidence level. They're seeing how you react under pressure. And they're definitely poking at your boundaries to see if they'll bend.
And that brings us to a huge point. Humans don't really trust words. I mean, think about it. Words are cheap, right? Anyone can say anything. What we actually trust are patterns. We trust what you do consistently, over and over again.
And here's the dangerous part. If your behavior is super predictable, if people know exactly how you're going to react, well, you just became incredibly easy to control.
So that leads us right to the #1 rule of this entire game. You have to control your emotions. Seriously, the moment you react without thinking, you've just lost. You've handed all your power away.
Okay, let's look at the difference here. On one side, you've got the emotional reaction. Getting angry? Super predictable. Being needy? That just screams weakness. And insecurity? It leaks out when you start over-explaining everything. But on the other side, you have strategic observation. Instead of blowing up, you just pause. You take a second to actually assess what's happening. And then, and only then, you choose how you want to respond. Total game changer.
And you know where all that control starts? It's not with some witty comeback. It's not with some big, loud action. It starts with silence.
Which brings us to our next set of weapons, scarcity and silence. I know it sounds kind of backwards, but making yourself less available is actually one of the fastest ways to become more valuable.
So let me just ask you, think about it for a second. Why is being too available a weakness? Why is instantly texting back, always saying yes, always being on call? Why is that so bad?
Well, it all comes down to something called psychological scarcity. Our brains are just hardwired to value things that are hard to get. It's that simple. So when you're always around, always available, you're basically sending out a signal that your time, your attention, it's not a big deal. It screams low status.
Let me show you how powerful silence can be. Step 1, you just stay quiet. You don't respond right away. This creates this awkward space, right? A void. And most people absolutely cannot handle that void. So what do? They start talking to fill it. They over-explain. They reveal things they shouldn't. And boom, just like that, you have all the leverage.
And this all ties into the final big idea here, avoiding the predictability trap. You have to remember, if somebody knows exactly what you're going to do, they can literally set up a stage to make you do it.
It's like they have a script written just for you. They know the exact buttons to push to get you angry. They know the one comment that will make you feel insecure. They even know how many minutes it takes for you to text back. They're playing you like a fiddle.
So what's the solution? Controlled unpredictability. And look, this doesn't mean being all chaotic and crazy. No, it means being strategic. It means intentionally breaking your own patterns, just enough to keep people guessing, to make sure no one is ever 100% sure of your next move.
And that is where real respect comes from. It has nothing to do with being liked. It's not about being a people pleaser. True respect comes from having solid boundaries, having that emotional discipline we talked about, and being able to say no and not feel guilty about it. Okay, now for what might be the hardest truth in all of this. In almost any situation, the person who cares less wins. And let me be clear, this isn't about being a heartless jerk. It's about being less emotionally attached to one specific outcome. It's about controlling your own internal state, not the other person.
So when it all comes down to it, you really have a choice to make. You can be the one who's controlled, where your attachments are your biggest weakness, and you just react to everything around you. Or you can be the one who controls your own mind, where detachment is your strength,
you act with discipline, and you set the terms of the game instead of just playing by someone else's rules.
So just remember this. Real power isn't loud. It's not about being the most aggressive person in the room. That's just a cartoon version of power. True power, it's quiet, it's aware, and it is disciplined.
Which leaves us with one final stark reality. In this hidden game, there's no sitting on the sidelines. You are either mastering your own mind or you're being controlled. That's it. The choice is yours.